Hello everyone, how are you? This is Meza from Meza Solution with another upgrade of Parametric cable tray plugin. So before I talk about what the update has in it, let's first talk about why we need this upgrade. So basically, some of the users that is you basically, they have reached back to me about the graphics load of certain cable tray components, such as this ventilated cable tray and this one. When the cable width is increasing and the length is increasing, there is more and more burden on the graphics. So that is basically for the ventilated cable tray. That is basically you can see as the size and the width of the tray is increasing, these number of holes will increase. And the mechanism at the back end of making this cable tray requires a lot of graphic processing. So this is basically the main reason for which the graphics load was very high. So if you have a very large project in which is in most cases true, so this is a real problem. Also, with the ladder tray type, basically, this kind of shape is not as per any standard practice. But since my actual work involves dealing with cable tray system, and I have come across this kind of problem where the wider cable trays they tend to sag in between. So this is the field experience. This is the field solution that I have come up with to negate the effect of the sagging of the cable tray rungs. So some of you they have reached back to me about removing this central rung and keeping it to the original international standards, and also to minimize the number of holes in here so that these two cable trays they pose less graphical burden on the GPU. So I have achieved this, but I also retain this functionality so that it's up to the user to choose in between both options. So in this upgrade, you will have two toggle switches here. One is the central rung, which is if you keep it one, the central rung will be placed. But if you change it to zero, then the central rung will be removed and the cable tray will be like the standard cable tray. So the second thing is basically I have also implemented it in the cable ladder, although it was not needed. But so the cable tray variant in which the sides are ventilated. You see, sorry, let me show you the original version. Okay, when the cable tray sides are ventilated, you can see these side rails they are also ventilated. So the problem is again the heavy graphic load. So I have put in a switch here which is a fewer number of holes. If you turn it to one, then it will have less number of holes so that it poses less graphical burden on your computer. Same is true for the ventilated, which is where it was more needed. And if you turn off the switch here and make it one, you can see that this is still a ventilated cable tray, but it has fewer number of holes. So the philosophy here is if you are working on a very large project, you need speed. You need a rapid connection of different components, and you do not have time to wait for the previous component to load and place. So basically, this is when you are doing the what shall I say the cable tray routing. But once you are done with it, you can simply choose to select every cable tray and switch it back to conventional mode. Or this style is can possibly be when you are presenting your layout to your customers and to show them that this will be the actual layout of the cable tray system. But for the sake of your own design, you can make it fewer number of holes so that the design team know that this is a ventilated cable tray. So this is basically for the cable ladder system. Okay, one more thing is that the default placement of these two components is with no central rung and less number of holes. So that when you place the new component, it is placed in the model space with less graphical burden, with less burden on the GPU. You can later on choose to turn it to full number of holes, or you can leave it like that. Let me show it to you by placing it. Suppose this is the cable ladder. Okay, if I place it here, you can see there is no center round. And if I go to the ventilated cable tray and I place once again the straight one, you see fewer number of holes. So, okay, in the ladder one, sides are not ventilated by default, you can choose them. So these are basically the straight section. Different components have different, standards of the number of holes. For example, on the horizontal cross, you can get it like this. You see, but if you change the size to say, for example, okay, if do you remember my previous upgrade? These crosses and T's and elbows, they have the option to extend the arms. So if I extend the arm, you will see that these corner holes, they also move to the corner. They always remain to the corner. They will never be in the center. So if you have fewer number of holes, they will always be at the corners, and you can see it from here. As you can see, one means fewer holes and corners only. So this is like working more smoothly, more efficiently, and more with more speed. So with the elbow, I have only placed one at the center because elbows, can grow can shrink very much, and the number of holes on the border will mingle together and they will make a mess. So this is much better. So if you connect the end over here, it will be just like that. Or, for example, if you want to extend the arm of this elbow, for example, by 100 mm, you will see that now the elbows have uh, holes on the corner because this is basically the extension of the arm. So now it has the holes on the corner. So this is basically the extent of this upgrade. This is basically a minor upgrade to ease the workflow of my users. Hope you like it. Please reach back to me with any more comments that you have, and I will be more than happy to accommodate any of the needs that the users may have, because uh, the design of this plugin is basically a to and fro process. I design something, you give me feedback, and if it is a good feedback like this one, I will definitely try and implement it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Hope you like it. Remember me in your prayers. Bye bye.